This is the solution to the problem group anagrams. The question is very simple. You're given a list of strings. The question wants you to find out the groupings of anagrams and return as a list of strings, with each anagram grouped together. Now, how do you define anagram? Anagram is a word or phrase formed by rearranging the letters of a different word or phrase. Take the case of T and eat. In this case, the characters in T, E, and A can be rearranged to form the word eat. Now, that rearrangement isn't specified and it could be anything at all. Which brings us to the primary problem, or actually the only problem this question poses. The problem says that there could be, in terms of factorials, the number of cases, the number of rearrangements, permutations and combinations if you think about it. And they could be in terms of factorials. And that is not a good idea to code up. However, this rearrangement also brings us to the solution this problem wants you to have. It's the solution that you can rearrange the words, you can rearrange the characters in the words in a consistent manner. See, T could be arranged in any sort of manner. T, E, and E could be anywhere in the string. But when you make it consistent, when you sort it, you specify order that it has to become. So TEA will now become E, A, E, T. Similarly for EAT, it will become AET. And what does that mean? You can have these guys stored as the keys of dictionary and these as the values, the dictionary. And now corresponding to AET, you can have the values TEA and EAT from the list. And that is the solution to the problem. By the way, there's one small thing they also sneakily mentioned, typically using all the original characters, all the original letters exactly once. It does not mean that there are unique characters for a given string. It could be a case like EAAT and TEAA. Both of them again map to the same thing. I'll come to why I've written it like this in a second, but first, let's write this. We want the sorted order as the key of the dictionary, and we'll call it S. Now obviously it could be a list, so we'll append it to the list for each S in STRS. Pretty simple, right? We'll also have D as the default dict of list. At the end, what do we want? We actually don't care about AET at all. We just want to know what it corresponds to, a list of values. So it's exactly the D of values. And that's the solution. There's one small thing we also need to note. When you sort this, it will actually form the, let's take the case of EAAT. It formed AAET as a list. Now list isn't hashable because list is mutable. What it means is you can swap out the A for an X and that will still be a valid list. However, we can't have that, or the Python actually does not allow you to do that. You have to form this list into a tuple so that's immutable, and immutable objects can be hashed. So that is how we are going to store it. It's a tuple of the sorted values. And that's it. Let's submit it here. And we'll go over the space-time complexities. So D equals to default dict, that's fine. Now this has, we're iterating all the strings in the STRS. Let's say the length of STRS is n. So iterating over it is order of n, order of n time. At the same time, we have this computation here. For each now string in the STRS, for each S, you want to sort it. Let's take the worst possible case and let's say k is the length of the maximum length string. Okay. Now sorting it will take k log k time and k space. This is important in a second because now when you look at this loop, outer loop running in order of n time, and the internal sorting function taking k log k, the total time complexity becomes what? Order of n times k log k. Simple. Okay, what about the space complexities? Now, in the worst possible case, there would be individual unique strings which have no corresponding anagrams. What it means is you can have cases like bat and then nat and then eight. Three words in a string, all of them are different anagrams. None of them are grouped together. What happens in this case? The length of the dictionary is now the length of strings, order of n. But they individually also take the order of k size, and that is the space complexity. Cool. Let's do one last thing as one of my users suggested. Let's do a dry run and figure out what's going on. This creates a default dict, which means that for whatever key, you can have a list of values corresponding to it. This makes it easier to implement things. Okay. Now what's happening here? Let's take the case of EAT string in S as S. Okay. What happens when you sort it? It becomes AET. It's actually not AET, but a list of elements separated like this. Now, as we discussed, list is not a good idea to put in a dictionary, so we'll mutate it. So we'll convert it into a tuple, which makes it immutable. So now we'll access D of this. And we're going to append what? EAT to it. Pretty simple, right? See, in the next iteration, we have now TEA. What happens then? The dictionary will point to the same element, AET again, and will append it to the word. Now let's actually write it this way. Cool. And will append it the word T. So on and so forth for every anagram of AET. And at the end, what we'll do? Now we actually don't care about AET at all. We just care about the list of the values they have, which is EAT, TEA, dot dot dot. And that is what we return. Cool. So that's the solution to the problem group anagrams. If you want a return version here, I'll put the link in the description below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Cool. Bye bye.